Hi, we're back to Healthwise, and we're still talking about the very titillating topic of sex after 60 or after 50.
You said 50.
50. Sex it's getting higher, huh? Sex after 50. Now, Doctor, you mentioned about, no, it's DJ who mentioned that, if you went through a heart attack and then you indulge in sex, then, the fear is always there at the back of your mind that it might just happen when you're doing the thing, because it really is a heart thumping activity. So, don't you think that that is one of the greatest causes of impotence among older partners?
Perhaps,
That,
but if you put it in context, how long does it take? It's not even 10 minutes in most instances. There was that famous book by Irving Wallace, the 7 minutes. That's the average. And number two, the reason that some people actually do have a heart attack in that act, but when you listen to the news reports like that, that famous mayor of Manila who died, that vice presidential candidate in the United States who died, they weren't with their wives.
That's true.
And that's why after having most bypasses, most of the cardiovascular surgeons would say, it's okay, you do it at home with your wife.
But
But
not
you know,
with
when you got, there's an
The anxiety level.
additional anxiety and nervousness, or you're gonna say excitement. So there's a lot more adrenaline pumping there, perhaps, because it's not supposed to be forbidden.
And then it's just, come to think of it, it's just such a short time.
Yeah,
but
it is.
It's only the
Like
all the
taking one flight of steps by yourself apart.
and then it's only the attendant concerns that
Yes.
that carries with it, no? That makes it
Yeah.
complicated. Now, well, when you are at that age after 50, couples, especially wives, it's embarrassing to take that up with even your husband, like to say, "Hey, darling, it's okay. I mean, I like it. Can we do it?" I think it's never discussed in that way openly. Can something be done as to the openness of couples?
Well, it's always been said that in terms of good sexual relationship, communication, and patience. The problem sometimes with many of the men in our society is that their first sexual experience may be with a professional sex worker, and they watch these dirty movies where, these girls, they see a man and they start going, and in 2 seconds flat, they're having this toe-curling climax. And so your husband expects you to behave like that guy. Hey, what's the matter? I flicked you here, I kissed you there, and then you're still dry. And you have to be able to communicate and say, hey, hold me a little bit more fondly, a little bit more kissing, because for a woman, it's the preliminaries that turn us
Yes,
on.
exactly. Yeah.
And it takes a little bit of patience. And if you don't tell your husband that, and if your husband is not patient enough to try to listen to you, and it doesn't become a good teamwork. And we're talking in terms of you get married at 22, 23, and you have a lifetime ahead of you. And if you, as a woman, many women will pretend.
Yes.
They also
true.
watch the same movie, and then they go, and there's, and I said, this was it. Oh.
Yeah.
But you have to be honest with each other.
So how do you encourage your patients, Doc, in terms of being more open about it?
You just have, that's the same way that I'm talking to you now.
In a casual way?
Yeah, in a casual way. Because as I say, as a doctor, if you don't open the topic, they'll skirt around it until you say, how's your sex life? Many women have a hysterectomy. And as time has gone on, it used to be, when I was in training, when you were 40 at